Alright everybody, we are returning once again to EarthBound. Let me turn my volume down on my end. It won't affect things for you, but I forgot how loud that was, because the menu in this game is usually fairly quiet, so when that's up louder, it feels normal. Anyway, we are currently... Oh, hi, Mad Duck. Oh, hi, two Mad Ducks. That is very unusual. Did the game switch into pirate mode? I hope not. It's okay, there'd probably be a lot more by that point, where we'd see them hanging out in the main zone. Either way, we now need to go back to Scaraba, and to do that, we are going to get Pooh's assistance. With Teleport Beta. Go to Scaraba. Yeah, we finished the first 6 sanctuaries, I believe, last time. We did, like, a lot of them. Yeah, because you have to do number 4 for plot reasons. And then, hello, Lampy. We did 3 a little bit after that because we got Pooh, and we were just like, yeah, we can probably deal with this now. And the encounters were still kind of mean. And then we did 5 and 6. So... we can move on with the plot completely unimpeded now, and I don't remember what much of anything is around here. We've got... this will be the hotel. We don't need that. How much do you charge? Only have the Super Deluxe Suite available. That's not very helpful in terms of prices, but I guess that is going to basically just be, hey, that's the most expensive thing in the hotel. Fair enough. What's this building? It's a house. That's okay. Besides, I feel like we got our items here when we were here last time. Diamond Band, Big League Bat. Yeah, it feels like we're up to date here because we have Diamond Bands for everybody. Except for Pooh, who of course cannot use them. So, let's go get lost in the desert, I guess. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Oh, wait, no. Oh, hi there. Photographic genius, if you do say so yourself, yeah? Fair enough. We've seen you before a few times. I'm acting like the photo man is completely new because, honestly, some of the places where he pops up are a little strange, so I'm just like, hey, yeah, hey, buddy, we don't know who you are. Oh, there's a hint seller. I did not remember there being a hint salesperson in the desert. Oh, don't. There we go. Just the one enemy. We got the high-class UFO here. Only 55 damage with your laser beam, huh? I feel like this enemy is a little bit underpowered for what we should be expecting to see around here, but also it does have a shield. So maybe it's a bit more tank-oriented here. Thankfully not a reflection shield. That would be very nasty. Oh, it has a psychic shield too? Ooh, that's very irritating. For an enemy that does, like, no damage. So I guess we're just gonna take a couple of rounds to deal with these chuckleheads, just to make things a little easier on us. Alright, Pooh, why don't you heal Paula? We'll go with a big one here. Dang it, Ness. Ness, did you equip the Casey bat that you don't have yet while I wasn't looking? I betcha, I betcha. Okay, so that's just a pyramid. We're looking for the Sphinx. And there is the Sphinx. Looking a little silly. Alright, so this is where that hieroglyph copy would come in handy if we have that. We can pop that open, and we can confirm the order. I believe it goes counterclockwise, and it is skip over one button each time. But just to be sure, we can always go ahead and look back at it. They did give you this. This game is kind of infamous for sometimes being a little bit confusing in terms of where to go because of it being very strange. To the point where they offered the guidebook in the original release of the game. Oh wow, there's a couple of different UFOs out here. That's strange. This one, however, 82 damage. That's a little more on par with what I'd be expecting to face around here, but it's too fragile to leave too much of an impression. Kraken soup. Ooh, we were just talking about that earlier. And by earlier, I mean last week when we first encountered it. Search for the Hawkeye. So let's find out about this. Is this indeed a full heal like I think it is? Very expensive, but a sizable power boost is guaranteed. That's not particularly useful. Anyway, there's a Photo Man point here. I'm going to see if I can show off a skip for it. This is something that's typically done in speedruns. Is that if you aim it correctly and you just crash into the door, maybe you have to hold up at the same time too, because I'm pretty nicely centered here. I admit that I'm not like an expert in speedrun tricks, so don't expect too much, really. Oh well, we tried. In we go. Got anything for us? No. That thing sticks out a little bit, and we will see that a lot of enemies in here are going to be literally just hieroglyphic patterns that pop out at us. Oh, now we're getting the Fierce Shattered Man. It's been a minute since we've been to the museum, so I guess fair enough. Oh, that freeze is huge. That is pretty great. As is the crit. Nice one-turn fight. One round, rather. A mummy wrap. Ooh. That is an item that we can use on an enemy to deal some damage and possibly freeze it. In fact, let's give it a shot here. I don't think it'll work, but why not? And otherwise, let's do this stuff. It's our usual. Go for the smaller damage nukes, even if that is going to slow us down. I just want to demo this mummy wrap. I'm feeling like I'm in that kind of a mood today. It froze after it died. Wow, that was unexpected. I will give that. That's for sure. Ta-da! There's a viper inside. That's not really something you should be very ta-da about. That's a little bit more like, oh shit. I hope one of you knows a little bit of first aid. That voice is getting to be fun. However, of course, the lethal asp hieroglyph there, I think that's what it was called, was lethal asp hieroglyph, is nice and weak to ice. So we managed to beat that fight real fast. Which is good. It's nice to have an easy tactic to deal with them. I gotta say, they look really weird because they're just an outline. So you've got the background effect going through them. What an enemy design, am I right? A Pharaoh's Curse. That is a thing that is very odd to be tangible, but let's take a look at what this says in the inventory. Should we just throw this thing out immediately? Ectoplasmic oozes disgorged out of the dreadful box. Ugh. Someone asked him to ship something overseas in a cardboard box and it went moldy. The enemy may be poisoned. Gone after one use. I think we might be able to sell that if we can find somebody who sells anything, which there's some folks out in the desert who will, so it's less strange than it sounds. I know how to fight this group. By using moves that cause your eyes to hurt. Well, that one anyway. Yeah, they should do a decent chunk of damage to everything. Well, we got rid of the arachnid with millions of exclamation points. Ouch. It's okay, we've got this thing before Paula runs out of HP. But we're gonna have to heal right after the battle. Oh, only 2 HP up for that 1 point of vitality. Darn. Anyone have healing items on them? That would make things easier. Well, we got that picnic lunch. Well, obviously, we have the Kraken soup we just got earlier. And it at least gives enough healing to max Paula's HP out, but that's not much. You know, that's not saying a whole lot. Casket seems a little suspicious. Nothing more specific than that, I suppose. I guess we'll find out in a moment, though, once we explore the rest of this area. Ouch, that thunder doing decent damage. Although, again, a large part of it is because of enemy HP scale being much different from player HP scale. We are, as usual, having a lot less health than the enemies. But the damage values are pretty similar. I think this setup will do pretty good for us. That freeze gamma, that should do a nice chunk of damage. Oh no, Ness is homesick. This is something that I haven't been able to show off through this entire playthrough yet, is Ness becoming homesick. As your level goes up, it's a thing that has a chance to happen, and it will randomly cause Ness to not do anything on his turn until you cure it, which is done, usually, not by taking a lightning bolt to the face. Yeah! That's better. That is done by calling your mom. In-game, not in real life. I mean, you can call your mom in real life, but she won't help you with the video game, probably. Just saying, statistically speaking, it is not likely to happen. Hey, speed capsule. She might appreciate it, though. That is absolutely true. So let's go ahead and let's feed Jeff the picnic lunch. 75 HP, that's alright. I think we're going to be giving that speed capsule to Ness because he's pretty slow, and if he's going to be one of the primary bearers of healing moves, he should probably go a little bit quicker. Because it would generally help to be able to apply those at the start of a turn with the way this game works than at the end. Yeah, I can spare some psychic points for this fight. Nice and easy. What we got here? It's a boss, apparently. Oh, hi, Retro Fanatic. How's it going? This is the Guardian General, yes. I actually missed the name because I was looking away from the screen for a second, just in general. And saying hello to Retro there. His name I managed to forget in that 1 second. Amazing. Ooh, ouch. So we can see the Guardian General does a lot of damage and has pretty good durability here. Alright, I wanted to move that forward, so that way we should be able to... Oh no, it's Paula who has the Cup of Life Noodles, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not chancing healing Gamma in the middle of the battle. I mean, I level my characters while I'm playing the game. I don't grind offline. I just haven't done that. I've been really bad about doing it in any game already up to this point, so, you know, minimal change here. There we go. Yeah, so once again, a short battle that is mostly just, hey, the damage values on both sides are really high. Also, Jeff got 2 IQ. That's pretty good. Who getting 3, though, just over here flexing on Jeff needlessly. Come on, buddy. That's a little over the top. Status, let's take a look at Jeff's IQ stat. 42. Okay, so... 1 sec here. So if I recall correctly, and I may very well not, so don't take this as, like, gospel or anything, I believe the value of total HP that we're looking for... Oh, by the way, that boss is already getting palette swapped. The total amount of IQ that we want in order to fix that broken bazooka is 46, not what I said last time, which I think was 49. I looked it up, and it's less than 49, but I don't remember the exact value. Oh yeah, his ultimate weapon is very expensive once we get there, but I think the earliest we'll have to worry about that, enemy-wise, is the uncontrollable sphere. Not counting the Starman Super, who obviously the Starman Super is the first enemy that we can encounter who drops a 1 in 128 ultimate equipment item, and that is the Sword of Kings. Amazing. I said this before, but I started pronouncing the W in sword just very forcedly to somebody specific, and now I can't stop doing it in regular conversation. It's become a big problem. Broken antenna. I think that might come out of the uncontrollable sphere, but I don't remember 100%. The star pendant I remember is from one of the 2 psychic psychos that we encounter in the fire spring. The odds are not really amazing that I will grind for those, though, just because that would require a whole 3 of those, and earth pendants are pretty alright. Oh, that petrified royal guard was definitely getting a little bit of the jitters there. From something, I don't know. Too much coffee. I don't think that fella drinks coffee. Dang it. You should be able to heal yourself. Oh, Pooh held on with guts. Ouch. Can't believe the snake picture is... I can't believe the doodle is hurting me more than the dude who's literally made out of bricks. Maybe the snake just looks that awful. Oh, nice. We got another level of Cyrock, and we have Gamma on the go here. That'll do some pretty good damage to everything, but it is going to be very expensive. Can we... mind? Yes. Apparently the snake did mind. Well, darn. Can't fault me for trying. Or perhaps you can. Yay! I want to see what's in that upper left room. Hopefully it's not, like, heavily guarded. Oh, well, the enemies did all respawn. However, we can see that the coffin has moved out of the way from earlier, the old sarcophagus there, and it was covering up a big hole in the ground. So that is where we have to actually go. Oh, could you please target Nest instead with that? Interesting side note, there are higher levels of the Thunder Psi abilities than just Beta, but no enemy uses any of them in regular gameplay. If you randomize the game, I think they have a chance of being able to pull out Gamma or even Omega. Oh, dang it. Waste of a turn. Oh well. And of course, Thunder Gamma and Thunder Omega, as you would probably expect, do 3 and 4 attempted hits each. Oh, there wasn't much attack going on there, buddy, but okay. Well, because we're not strong enough to do it. And also, of course, you will notice that they're not running away because this isn't a sanctuary location. That only happens in the sanctuary locations. And I guess they don't just fade out unless... except in certain locations, rather. Oh no, I definitely am a little under-leveled for this part of the game, to say the least, but... again, not exactly the world's biggest fan of, you know, grinding on-stream or off-stream, for that matter. Unless I can do it very simply, which, you know, blessedly, that at least has been a thing with Pokemon. But that's a whole other story. I was passed out yesterday for, like, the entire time that this was, I was very, very run down from having to do a lot to get my most recent video, which will be coming off of scheduled mode, which is something that I have used like once or twice before, ever, on YouTube at 9 o'clock, so there's that. Yeah, needless to say, that was a very... needlessly long process. We're going to save that cup of life noodles, actually, because don't we have healing Gamma? Yeah, and that has a chance of working. Yep. 1 HP, though, I think is the oh, no, 41. Never mind. I was going to say only 1 HP, but not quite that bad. Oh, yeah, we're getting a lot of Pharaoh's... oh. There's, like, an actual... item in there, I know, but... ooh. I mean, I could run from this fight, but it's also... free real estate. Well, okay, it's cheap real estate anyway. Damn, that freeze gamma did, like, nothing, unfortunately, compared to the last few that we've had going here. So we're just going to have everybody do that, and Pooh is going to turn into our main assault force here for the moment. Because he has bottles of water that he can drink to get his psychic points back. And a big problem right now is that we don't have a ton of psi points, so I'm a little bit reticent to use what little I do have most of the time. And that will slow us down even more. Because that's what we really need, right? Yeah, I mean, it's only 10 a shot, but still. That's still nice. Okay, that one was worth 11, so there's a tiny bit of randomization on it, like most food items. Anyone else got recovery? You have a pizza. Let's give that to Ness. 129 HP, which didn't fill him up. That's a shame. Alright, so Pooh can do some healing. That was the... How did I end up over there? That was a big mistake, whatever I just did, but I just wasted a bunch of psi points. That was... Ooh. Then again, Jeff does have a healing option of his own, and we can show that off in a second. Once we grab our bag of Dragonite, that's very nice. I wish that this was a fight where we had an advantage here, but oh well. We can pull out the Hungry HP Sucker. See, it didn't target anything. The regular HP Sucker would target a single enemy, but also it just steals HP from the target. So it's a pretty useful item. It's not like super busted or anything, but it's pretty handy. However, you can definitely tell that it was a lot less damage than Jeff was doing with his laser gun. Crud. Ow. Pooh, you had one job, and it was not to do that. Well, alright, you wanna do the thing? Sure. Nice. Nice and fast. Yay, Ness hit level 50. As he gets his 1 in a bunch of stats. And that might be a thing that is further hamstringing me in terms of gains of HP and PP, is that it seems like the only person who's been getting any good values in those... The only person who's been getting any good values there has been Jeff with IQ. And I mean, that's useful and all, but also, come on, the rest of the team. Pull your dang weight. Oh, I didn't know that we could actually get first strike on the hieroglyph there. But here's what we came into the pyramid for. I mean, I feel like taking this is a bit of a gamble if we're inside of an ancient pyramid and the walls are already attacking us, but, you know, plot. The Hawkeye. We need that in order to be able to traverse the deep darkness. It is actually necessary. It will block you in some way if you do not pick it up. I just want to make sure these fellas are separated out here. Unfortunately, way to not be very fast, Jeff. I guess you had to try and get a good aim on that outline, but we could have really used you earlier, buddy, to avoid getting struck by lightning. Very nice work, Pooh. That is a good job you did. That's all I've got there. Alright. Next room. Oh, magic butterfly. Yes! That is definitely something we like to see. Throw a little bit of healing around real quick. And not the healing gamma that I somehow fucked up and gave Pooh earlier. I want the magic butterfly. There we go. Alright. Pop open the chest. There's a diamond band. So that's just free money for us right now. We are all outfitted with diamond bands at the moment. So there we go. Nice, easy fight. And Pooh gained a level. Just ones all around, basically. Alright. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. At least you're getting multiple stats. Jeff got a cold from a thing. Hey, Starwind, how is it going? How's your evening? Get rid of Jeff's cold real quick with psychic powers. Doing good? Alright, glad to hear it. So this will be the long hallway where everything starts to attack us one by one at the end, right? Oh yeah, as if he doesn't have to worry about homesickness. Now he has to get a cold, too. This has suddenly become the worst vacation ever. Especially for Ness. Yeah, so this room is nothing big to worry about. It's just all single enemies. Oh, these enemies are pretty rough, but thankfully we've leveled up enough while we've been in here that provided we land our hits, it's pretty likely that we're going to be able to clear these fights in a single turn or just over. Freeze Omega. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty good. Jeff, get like 100 HP back. That should be enough for now. I was about to say, am I not going to get into a fight with these? And again, it does help that I just walked into the Guardian Hieroglyph here, so... These things do have a lot of having colds here. Unfortunately, you can also see that we're really just sort of on the cusp of being able to properly get OTKs here, so there's a little bit of randomness involved. Like, that one went off without a hitch, but the other one, we just came up a little bit short, like less than 50 damage, I think, if I had to guess. And here we've got a snake. This isn't quite the hallway out. OTK as in one turn kill. Because, well, we killed it in one turn. Well, yeah, I mean, it is an RPG. You can defeat basically anything by level grinding hard enough. Unless the game is of such length that you get enemies that are in, like, the level 90-ish range, if you're in, like, a Shin Megami Tensei series game or something. Oh, it's this guy from before. Met you earlier. Stars foretold that I would meet you here. Show you the way of the star storm. For a while, you must live far away from... Dang it, we just got this guy in the party. For fuck's sakes, man. I do have a decent number of them I could probably get out at some point. I've got... Over on PS3, I have digital versions of Persona 3 Fez. I have a digital version of Nocturne, which, that said, there is going to be a port of Nocturne coming out for the PC and, like, every other platform, but I've heard that when that came out in Japan, it was very, very glitchy. And also, it's coming out for $50 over here, which, to me, is a little bit on the over-the-top side in terms of pricing. It might be a lot more well-balanced in terms of pricing elsewhere. In fact, I feel like we might have gotten the short end of the stick based on conversion rates in a couple of other countries. But still, ugh, I don't want to pay that, especially if they didn't fix the glitches. So I've got those two on the PS3. I own disc versions of Persona 4 and Persona 5 for the PS4. I have... Well, Persona 4, the disc version, is for the PS2, obviously. I have Strange Journey on DS, but of course I would need an emulator for DS anyway. I've got also all of the Persona games that came out in English on the PSP, I believe, as I don't think Eternal Punishment came out over here. Maybe it did come in English, but not in the US. So I guess US English versions, rather. So that'll be 1 Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 3 for PSP. And any of the earlier SMT games I can easily track down through the usual sources and play those. And I'm sure most of them have translation patches out and stuff, because the game series is very popular and has had a strong underground following for quite some years before it became so explosively huge in the States. I mean, that's completely understandable. There's been a wide variety of, I certainly feel like it's definitely a little different than it was in P3, at least. So, yeah, the change in direction, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Atlas stuff in general, well, the things that are like actually Atlas's series as opposed to things that they license out and sell, has pretty much all been handed over to a very small selection of teams. Like, I think Catherine is directed by most of the same people who directed P5. And of course, Shoji Meguro does the music for a lot of the PS2 forward games in those sort of series. So, yeah, what I'm saying is that I still haven't played Persona 5, and the last time I played Persona 4, the TV was set up in the living room, so I was playing that game on mute in the middle of the night, because otherwise I would wake up the rest of my family. So I only know so much about what those games sound like, basically, and my understanding is a lot better as regards how Catherine sounds, so I'm like, oh yeah, that game. There is very little about Catherine that I actually like, so... I mean, the gameplay is alright, but you'd have to saw it out of the rest of the game, basically. So anyway, we have to go to the south in order to use that key to the tower. What do you got? Dealing in some pretty rough stuff, you say? Alright, well, do you want... How about a poisonous snake? How about some other poison? Let's see what else you have for sale here. The French fry pan, the crusher beam, Multi-bottle rockets. Oh, those things are so good. Multi-bottle rockets are the equivalent of firing 20 bottle rockets at once. So you can get easy 4-digit damage on those. They're pretty much your insta-kill button for a lot of enemies. The menu style in the new games, they are a little bit, like... What's the word that I really want to use here? I guess overcomplicated might be the best way to put it. Oh yeah, Jeff just ends any encounter if he's got the multiple bottle rocket. It does also become a matter, unfortunately, of you are measuring your supply against what encounters are good to throw them at. So basically, you pick them up for bosses, and that's about it. Sell this dude a diamond band. Do you have anything else that I can toss at you? Anyone? Nah, I think we're good there. Let's grab the French fry pan, because it's clear that Jeff has a better gun already. Probably something that he fixed that was broken earlier. And, more importantly, let us grab 2 multi-bottle rockets. The bazooka, I believe, is basically just a weaker heavy bazooka in that it's an infinitely reusable bomb. But we'll be able to get to the heavy bazooka pretty soon, so meh. I'm going to save the rest of my cash for the moment, and we're going to dislodge ourselves from that fine fellow. Wow, an arms dealer in the middle of the Middle East. Trailer, where did I get the word trailer from? Whatever. We did get fully healed, by the way, from our encounter with the Star Master. So there's that going for us. Oh. Jesus, look at this. Look at this crew of bastards we've got on our hands. And also look at this, 40 PP for Cyrock and Gamma, something we probably will not be busting out too much. Arms Trader, there you go, that makes sense. That's... Listen, a lot of the time it's just that I'm very bad at speaking off the cuff, as this entire hobby relies on. Oh god, that's... That I don't think is good for your eyes to look at that, but... That damage is pretty solid. On the other hand, 40 PP, we're going to be using that only in the most clutch of situations, really, if we really have to bomb out an entire enemy party real fast. We got a can of fruit juice? Okay, let's feed that to... I think Ness is taking a little bit of damage. Yeah, so get your 6 HP back. That's not going to do us any good at this point. Oh, we're getting a little bit of lag. The spawns are definitely out in force. Oh, and look at this chucklehead just sitting out in the middle of the ocean. Just vibing on this slightly purple sea. It must be getting late in the day in-game. Okay, so we're a little too far down. I think we gotta hook back up to go and find our dungeon man. Fuck! Alright, so this will be the... Oh, the Marauder Octobot. Ew! These things can steal from us. As long as it doesn't take anything too important, I guess fine, but still. Alright, so we would probably want to use some heavier psi moves in order to take care of that. Honestly, I should probably be using my psychic moves a little more extensively, because once we find Dungeon Man, there's a healing point there. Speaking of which, not check, status. We want to check our status. Jeff's at 43. Okay. Are you kidding me? That thing just brushed against our back arc there. And he's still a fucking rock candy. Are you kidding me? That's what I get for not using it. Wow. Gonna be honest, though. I didn't know they could do that. So, in my defense, I thought they just stole food items and shit, but nope. I guess the rock candy counts. And freeze gamma doesn't do a ton of damage here, so how about fire? Do you like fire? Can we melt you? Not very easily. That's not great damage. Let's continue using freeze gamma damage. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It works. Here we go. Here's where our dungeonman is. Looks like you could enter, but it's locked. Well, good thing we have the key to that tower, and we can just pop that open. There's just a door on this fella for some reason. Oh, and the music here is completely ludicrous, and it's a good thing that the volume on that is a little bit low, otherwise I think this would hurt some people's ears. Right, here we go. Good night, bench. This is our healing spot. We've also got a payphone hanging out in the dungeon. Hire a doctor and a nurse. Well, you know something, buddy? You've got some strange ideas about dungeon design, but I think this is something that should be introduced into the OSHA regulations. In as much as such a thing would really exist. Alright, so let's call our mom real quick, just to be sure. Okay, so I guess we were cured of our homesickness by meeting the Star Master. I didn't see it go off at any point during that fight, but, you know, I just wanted to be sure. Oh yeah, the signs in here are really, really silly. Brick Road with all of these statistics and ideas about dungeon design, and sometimes just keep this board in mind. It's very similar to the place that we encountered back in Winters. And all the obvious advice, and we're probably going to be getting some fairly noticeably weaker enemies, but they don't get insta-killed very readily. So let's grab ourselves a cup of coffee from that fella. First goal is to reach the 4 ropes. Free to take it whenever we want, huh? But right now, what do you got for us? A Malakea soup. We saw those at one of the restaurants in Summers, I believe, and we were like, well, I don't 100% know what that is. And again, you see an enemy that's generated oddly over there. Alright, so we just need to scratch the hell out of that mystical record and get rid of the coffee cup as well. Although, let's go ahead and give Jeff that cup of coffee to recover those 6 HP that he lost. Actually, I want to see if it tells me how much health we'll get back from this. Summer vegetable from Scaraba. It's high in nutrients and a light flavor that Scarabans love. Does you recover about 80 HP? Meh. That's okay. Hey, can we fight this enemy that's stuck in the wall? Yes. And that one we're allowed to freely kill. Maybe it's just the coffee. Oh, that must have been a worthless protoplasm. Well, I suppose it's really living up to its name today. This $5. Hey! The bulletin board without a... Wait a second. Alright, so here's the ropes. We'll check this out in a second, because there's still a little bit we can do on this floor. faster. We have to go up from here, right? Yeah. Oh, we're getting a bit of slowdown because they are spawning in a lot of the gift box enemies. We found a snake. That's a useful thing to just find lying around. Alright, so I'm gonna do things this way, actually. Because we've seen that Jeff can one-shot the coffee cups pretty easily. As the worthless protoplasm dodges. Good job, Paula. So is that on the other side of things, I guess? Agree more with the opinion on the left billboard. What do you get? Yeah, sure. Super plush bear. That's nice. That's just a teddy bear, but with more HP. I'm sure you all guessed that by this point, although who knows, maybe it has less because it's just too soft. Or draws enemy aggro better or something, I don't know. What do the other ropes say? Are they all the same message? I think they are. Yeah, none of them really give you a hint as to which one is correct. But if you just pop out and look around, you'll find out yourself. Oh. And I like to be a dungeon worker. I have a whole storyline to do first. Talk about this later. Guys, you're just a billboard. How do you know what I look like? Second floor. It's just someplace, buddy. I don't know how to respond to a lot of these statements. The Lesser Mook, and we've got a slightly off-looking spinning background. That's kind of cool, actually. I could look at that for a while. Unfortunately, we should defeat this enemy first, otherwise... The Lesser Mook does have a chance to diamondize us, which is basically petrification. Hey, $10. Put out a bulletin board, but it's probably unnecessary. Eh, maybe a little bit. You don't have to worry about this for now. Thanks. Oh, hey, another free bench. We don't need the healing, but we may as well, because we're here. Just, hey. It's a position to touch base at or something. Hey. Probably just more of the same enemies over and over, because that's just how it goes. I forget where you fight these in the actual game, outside of here, by the way. These lesser mooks. They're definitely something that we should probably have seen much sooner, but I don't remember where. Alright, so is this area just sort of a dead-end ring? I think it, well, there's this layer here, right? So we can... From here, flash photography is prohibited, so we should not see a photographer in here. There's that, at least. Otherwise, he'll get thrown out or something, and this is not really an encounter I like to see very much, so... we're just gonna have to sit here and hope that we don't get murdered on this one. Hypnosis. Oh, Jeff fell asleep. That's okay. We can deal. You see them in the desert out here, you think. Okay, that's a distinct possibility, because I don't remember running into them too much in the desert, but we didn't fight a whole lot of enemies in the desert this time either, so... We got ourselves a nice Psy Caramel there. That's a pretty good drop. Any enemy that wants to give me free psychic point recovery items is welcome. You have... Okay, no, Ness does not have any multi-bottle rockets. I thought for a second, oh. Did I leave those with him? Music is one of your greatest accomplishments, you say, Brick Road. You might not want to put that one on your resume. Let's just come out and say it. This music... It's not good on purpose, but it's not good nonetheless. Oh, ouch. 360. I think we got a gut save there, but it ended up not mattering. Tough enemy set, not worth fighting. To be fair, you are correct. Been known to be wrong occasionally. Fair enough, Brick Road. This way... Oh yeah, we already saw that one. I was like, is this gonna just talk about the branching path? Well, my nose is a little congested right now, but... Hopefully, when I can start getting out, you know, and not just hanging out in a room full of dust. Vaccination should be a thing that starts happening by mid-April out here, so that's cool. Sudden Guts Pill. Hey, $250. Nice. Very generous of you, Mr. Brick Road. Alright, I will see you later, Bryself. Thank you for dropping in. Have a nice time. And good luck with your Super Smash TV tournament. Oh god, and there it is. There is Ness getting diamondized. See, his turn is completely skipped. Ness is effectively dead. Well, the Super Plush Bear didn't get hit by freeze, so that's something. Pick that up. Look at Ness hanging out in the back there as a weird diamond statue. Oh, I'm sure that he's, like, doing stuff with her. I don't wanna... Are you gonna be the one to interrupt? Whatever. Let us... We're gonna go back to the hospital instead of using our items because the encounters here are still not terrible. I mean, again, the lesser mooks are a little bit on the side of, hey, yeah, we can get murdered by these things, but it will mostly just be like the result of happenstance. They don't do a ton of damage to us, even... Well, aside from that nasty freeze spell we got hit with that one time. That is a little gross, but they're soft enough, I guess, is the important thing, that we'll be fine. Oh wow, something coming in from all the way off screen. From downtown! Oh boy, 1 damage to my teddy bear. Good work, worthless protoplasm. That thing is really living up to its name. And yeah, Ness doesn't even gain experience while he's diamondized. He really is just... It's the same sort of thing as, well, Petrify in most RPGs. Is he right now? Thanks. Only treating illness. What about the Faith Healer? Yes. Alright, so let's de-petrify Ness and... Yeah. And that's why those enemies have, like, why you have any reason to be scared of anything around here, but it's really just that one enemy. There's a couple other enemies that have strong stats, but those things tend to go down in a single turn. And they can hit you hard, but if you just go fast enough, it'll be fine. I swear. Which is why they're nasty in groups, because then you're stuck with the possibility of multiple turns of them. Yikes! Look at that slowdown. Indeed. Hi, Mark. Well, if they're gonna give us just a coffee cup by itself, that's... Again, literally a single attack, but for some reason they won't let us insta-kill the coffee cups. Maybe we have to actually properly back attack it or something. Like that. That should work. I think that was a record, though. Thankfully, the guitar doesn't show up here, because those things are annoying as hell. Yeah, these vocals sure are something, aren't they? And well, this whole music, this whole... It sounds like a Rusty swing set, you know? Or just something a little bit on the, you know, rusted side that's trying to move. But in rhythm! Get out of here. There we go. That is better. Don't have to deal with that enemy anymore. This has come off the Resident Evil DX soundtrack. Nice. That's a good one. Oh, hey, Mad Ducks. So I guess we got kind of like this enemy zoo looking area over here. 3rd floor. Yeah, thank you, Brick Road. I remember these, fellas. Gruff goat, a really gruff kind of goat. You don't say. And a hole. Slimy little pile has a bad habit of burping. That's for sure. Wet towel. Yay, that's like $2. Hey, I wanted to read the sign. But okay, we get our health back, I guess. That works too. Try approaching the sign from the side. Oh, he's just telling us that we can take a rest there. Thanks. That totally doesn't sound like the setup for an ambush or anything. Yeah, there we go. We see the gruff goat. The frames! Oh boy. Good job, you finally made it. There's a board upstairs that says that. Thank you for giving me the forewarning, I suppose. Oh wow, now this is just weird. Alright, Brick Road, what's the deal? Hey, we got healed. Yeah, we definitely met Brick Road way back in the beginning of the game. Dr. Andonuts did this to you. Ugh. That's a little weird. Why don't you come with us for a little while? Turn hole. Alright. Hey, I want to read the sign. Yeah, so there's that, but there's another sign over here that we can read. This will tell us about a different hole that we have to go down in later. Goodbye, exit. Someday you should enter with courage. One of these millions of years. Excuse me. Down the hole, down the hole. Hey, an IQ capsule. Well, I think we know who's getting that. It's our dog from the beginning of the game, that's right! Oh wait, no, it's Jeff, pardon me. Okay, so we just go out the regular exit, and... yeah, see, we've got the Dungeon Man with us. Making us a very hard target to not get hit. But thankfully, the Dungeon Man does a lot of damage when we hit people. I want this magic butterfly, dang it. Come on. Game, how hard is it to give me a magic butterfly? Can we go back in the pyramid? I've never seen that before. I never thought to do that. Well, I guess it got, like, inside of our little grouping there, so okay. Yeah, see, the Dungeon Man does pretty good damage with his physical attacks. Yeah, especially when he gets crits. Wow. That's pretty good. And remember... Excuse me. And remember, those enemies are shielded, but I believe the crit ignores the shield and just breaks it instantly. Dungeon Man is trapped in the palm trees. Well, it was good while it lasted. We had to do a little bit of demoing, and yeah, what do you got, buddy? You're the only person to talk to over here, so you must be progression. Darkness on the other side of the river? Well, I guess up close the river would be pretty wide. Monsters are very strong, and you can lose health just by wandering in the swamp. You want to cross the river even though you know it's a stupid idea? Yes, because we have to. The swamp is bottomless. Even if you're swimming, you'll be dragged in. It's a different story if you have a submarine. Well, you might have seen a submarine inside of the Dungeon Man, but it might have been out of shot most of the time. Oh, darn. Well, I mean, I guess the side caramels are getting a little bit small for the time being, so it's not a huge loss, but still, that's not really a feel-good moment. Alright, so Dungeon Man has one in his old vehicle collection. Alright. And we go back in, and we retraverse the level. Although first we're going to take a heal, because, honestly, they give it to you for free, we may as well. Oh, shit! Oh, wow, I didn't know we were ready for this yet. After being fixed, the broken bazooka became the heavy bazooka. Oh, yeah. So now Jeff doesn't have an attack command for several levels. What was your IQ? 45. That is much more lenient than I was expecting, so... Alright, so we just clear that fight out instantly. We don't get to demo the heavy bazooka yet. And hey, again, another freebie. I will accept it, even if it is just a worthless protoplasm. Get that Super Mario RPG, get a freebie message popping up, right? Super Mario RPG. What a game that is not too hard. Alright, Jeff, time to show off that heavy bazooka. Target the coffee cup. Oh wow, that's not as strong as I remember it being, but still, good damage, and it's an AoE. It will hit every enemy that is adjacent to the main target. Again, yes, there is some sort of a concept of positioning in this game. It is usually very woolly and hard to put together, other than rows, which are pretty simple. And even those are pretty much only the domain of fire spells, having to worry about that. But it is absolutely a thing, so that's pretty neat. That's a nice item for us to get. And again, I think we're doing damage at least on par with our attack spell attack spell, yeah, sure. With our physical attack for the time being. And we get some more lag. Go to the right. Talk to you again. Old submarine at the back of the dungeon. It can even be used to cross the river. A goodbye exit. take us to the submarine. Don't make a mistake on which exit you take. You need to take the goodbye exit, and you hope to see us again. Well, considering you appear to not be able to walk backwards, I guess at least we'll always know where to find you. Alright, so this will be the goodbye exit. We take the holes. And there should be one more free item here. What do you got for us? A talisman ribbon. That should be going to Paula. I now have to figure out what I'm going to do inventory-wise. Oh yeah, I got a lot of junk in here. Boy, I can't wait till we find a shop. Here, Ness, eat the cookie. Alright, let's give the talisman ribbon to Paula. Equip. Yeah, look at that. An additional 20 defense. Nice. That is a good place to be. In terms of getting free stuff. What do you got here? Telephone line in a dungeon. I don't know what would be controversial about it, but okay. Old vehicle collection. Got a taxi with no engine. Alright. Rusty bicycle. Rust is the perfect brake. You don't say, buddy. That's a good line, though. Alright. Gift from Dr. Andonuts. Be careful how you use it. Yeah, this is just an Enertron. Come on, buddy. Yeah, see? It's even fully functional. Broken down old submarine. The yellow color is purely coincidental. Yeah, we get it. It's another Beatles reference. Alright, we take a look, and apparently these 3 small children haul a whole-ass submarine back out of this dungeon, man. And away we go across the very wide, very deep river. Gonna be honest, I'm expecting that dude to just come up behind us in a canoe suddenly and just be like, yeah, I just didn't feel like bringing you along. Although I suppose that's a pretty wide body of water, whatever type of body of water it is. I mean, that's always an option too. This music. Those first few notes, I get a distinct Mega Man X type of vibe. Also, this bird is a phone. You just pick the bird up and... yeah. Monkeys run the inn in the forest. You can stay here for free. Yeah, sure, why not? On memories of the Monkeys Inn after your trip? If you say so. I know we didn't need that, but again, why not? Okay, so... is our inventory full again? No. So, we were supposed to get an item, it sounds like, but we didn't get it. And yes, you'll see your screen blinking red occasionally. That is normal. This is the Deep Darkness's swamp water, which is dealing damage to us. At least in the deeper levels. And over here, we've got another arms salesman. Hey, you. Heard monkeys living in some desert can teleport. Alright, go for it, buddy. Ah, you tried. A little tough to make that tight turn, huh? Let's go off screen, man. Oh, look at that. That's a talented monkey. What you got? The monkey's love. Okay, gotcha. So we get it from there. It's not a hugely important item, but it is reusable, and I believe it can stun an enemy. Gift from a monkey can be used during battle. Oh yes, thank you for not telling me. It's an item that immobilizes an enemy, and it is reusable. Which is kind of neat, I guess, but not a big deal. I want to go all the way down to Saturn Valley with this, because, like... I need a place to empty my inventory. We're going to Fourside. Because it's easy to teleport out of Fourside. And apparently we're going to have to start that we're going to have to start turning during this teleport. I don't like that. Oh, only one turn. Okay. Alright, Monotoli building. And the department store is right here. I remembered it was right next to the Monotoli building, so it's a good thing we spawned in right over there. Now, I didn't go to Saturn Valley because I would have to teleport out of there, and in my condition, my set of skills, my lack of teleport beta, that would not be very easy. Why don't you buy that snake? Does anybody else need a charm? Let's take a quick look here. Not charm. Pendant, rather. Night pendant, flame pendant, crystal charm. Okay, Jeff should probably have that. Teleport beta requires you to beat Magicant in order to get it for Ness. So, that's gonna be a little while, unfortunately. Green pendant, we'll give that to Jeff. Whip. Yeah, there you go. You get your 13 bonus defense there. Hey. I don't think we're gonna need the Molokea soup. Yeah, give me 10 bucks for it. Okay. I mean, I guess it's just a bottle of soup, so okay. Sell the defense ribbon. 194. Blood and guts bill? Yeah. Wet towel. Definitely don't need the wet towel. Oh, that's pretty expensive wet towel, I gotta say. Don't need that. 300 bucks. Alright, what do you say about the shield killer? Can't buy it? Okay, well. Let's see if there's anything else worth selling in here. I'm gonna hang on to the pizza for a little bit because it's decent HP recovery. And I mean, granted, it's a one-shot, but with that, we're also going to go call...
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, I got a host that I can't quite see. Oh. Tilde is sending me a raiding party of 30 people. Wow, that is pretty big. Thank you very much for that raid. Near lobsters. What was there? Those some cute lobster emotes. Yeah, that's pretty big. Thanks to being friends with Plastic Alan and everything, I do know a couple of people, for... well, I mean, 30 viewers for $1, that would be... I feel like I shouldn't even joke about that because I don't want Twitch to suddenly be like, oh, are you buying viewers? And just start beating the crap out of me. That wouldn't be good. So we're going to call Escargot Express a couple times here in order to empty out our inventory even more. It's because you have to buy the subscription, Retro. You dork. Is it as big as Gutsman's ass? Good old Gutsman's ass. Yeah, it's certainly a thing. Alright, so we don't need the hieroglyph copy anymore. Monkey's Love I'm not really going to use, and we should also be getting rid of that shield killer. I'm not going to be putting that thing to use anytime soon. I think I'm going to call again as well, because I got some more stuff to take out. We don't need the key to the tower. We need the Hawkeye, but it's going to get consumed, and I don't think I'm going to be using the piggy nose. Just because the deep darkness is that much of a pain in the butt that I don't really want to bother with that too much. I thought, oh, maybe I'll do it, and then I ended up deciding otherwise. Whoops. Excuse me. Okay, key to the tower. And the piggy nose. That is correct. Let us. Now, with our inventory space refreshed, let us get out of here. We should be able to teleport straight to the deep darkness. Oh. That's, No, we got to the deep darkness. We just teleported out, like, immediately because our inventory was that empty. Or that full, rather. That empty of free spaces, I suppose. And here we are back in this, Yeah, so this monkey will explain what that piggy nose was for. It's for finding the magic truffles, which are decently powerful PP restorative items. But that's about it. Can't help it, that's why it's called Deep Darkness. Well, fair enough. You don't have the Hawkeye here, you're helpless. Well, what about you folks? Well, unfortunately, that's not how that came from one of the world's largest economic powers, this small rural village. Representative of that doctor. Bye, B, you want to heal? We're good. Oh, okay. It's some sort of international law thing, I guess. Alright, so you are an arms merchant. What do you have? You've got super bombs, which are not really a big deal anymore. Multi-bottle rockets. You know what? I'm going to pick up one of those. And we're going to have Jeff decently stocked. Everything else should be fine. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing, was I grabbed a multi-bottle rocket, because honestly, can always use more. Hey, a banana in a gift box. Alright, so we walk into the black a little bit here, and we pull out our Hawkeye. Going on here with old breathing reed. Cash dispenser, man. If you want to withdraw cash, you'll charge me a handling fee, which is the same amount as your withdraw. Ugh! That's garbage! Imagine putting this in your game. The viewer count is probably going to fluctuate a little bit, depending on who's lurking and who's not, and all of that stuff, and who decides to stay and who doesn't. Hosts, especially large hosts, will just generally cause that to happen quite a bit. So that's somebody we can go back to ignoring right there, and we've got Crocodile. A hard crocodile. Well, I suspect that this fella is actually quite resistant to physical attacks. Let's see what the deal is. If this isn't like a one-shot, which not quite. Offense is 110, defense is 128. Vulnerable to fire, eh? Well, okay. That's something we can make happen. If I just go a little faster. Oh, vulnerable to fire, sure. Yeah, that's not, I think that was oversold slightly. Alright, so we're back on dry land, so we are not taking damage over time anymore. Well, damage per steps, rather. Let me show you off something a little bit here. You gotta be real careful about this and make sure that you crash into walls so you don't accidentally teleport out of the deep darkness. But, if you're shrewd, you can use teleport to help you get around and you don't take damage while you're moving from teleport. You can tell that I'm not really that good, not that confident, rather, in setting up my shots. So I'm not going quite, you know, super big balls or anything here. I'm not doing anything too ludicrous, but we are going to use it a little bit because that level of PP is not a ton, and I turned a little too early there, as you can tell. It's cheaper to do this than it is to heal very often, and that, I think, was pretty... Ooh, that thing is ugly. Check out this helicopter. It's completely broken. Thought you could fix it, but on re-examination, there's no engine. Pokey, did you eat the engine of your helicopter when you crashed? No, that would just be weird. In the present, cup of life noodles. That's a nice thing to get. Should we go after this thing? Sure, let's do it. This big Rafflesia flower that is referred to in-game as a demonic petunia. Again, very strange that they are allowed to throw the word demonic in on this enemy name, and you can't have that kind of reference most of the time in Nintendo games around this era. It's so weird just seeing stuff like that crop up randomly, you know? Like, I guess maybe they wouldn't have played this far into the game, but still. Let's crash into this nerd here, this fish man. Manly fish, pardon me, not fish man. Yeah, Nintendo were definitely a little over the top in terms of not wanting to upset people. And I mean, I understand the basics and everything, but also it does sort of reach ahead in some places where it's just completely ludicrous. But I'll say this. Anything in this game, with very few exceptions in terms of things that would be, you know, that they were concerned that NOA didn't want to offend anybody, there are very few things that will match the ludicrousness of turning the Nazis in Bionic Commando, who are the enemies, into a completely different army called the Bads. And I mean, there's good cause to think that people would actually be bothered. Unfortunately, in this case, it wouldn't so much be the player base most of the time as it would be the parents. Because, of course, there was a whole huge amount of satanic panic surrounding the Pokemon franchise when that was first coming out here in the States. There were a bunch of people who were absolutely freaking out. And of course, we got the Pitbull slugs here. They are basically just beefed up attack slugs. And they are just about the same level of free real estate, really. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, they don't play it, but also they're gonna be the ones looking over your child's shoulders, and you know, like, it shouldn't matter. It should not matter, but it will, and it will cause issue again among just regular people, because you'd be surprised how many people will look at something that is a bunch of far-right people, you know, complaining about a book they haven't read and how something makes a reference to it, and how much that will sweep up shockingly ordinary people. That said, back to what Firedrake said, I do not know anything about the process of content checking for these games. Although I would like to know if it's something that is, like, available information on the internet. Surely it's got to be, and it's something that I will probably have a look into at some point, because, you know, as we've said before, a lot of that stuff is pretty ridiculous. Not just in this game, but there's other franchises by other companies, because Nintendo were not the only game in town when it came to softening up a lot of their content for people who are very easily upset. There's also, well, like pretty much any of them, really. But one that sticks out very heavily in my mind is the, how am I forgetting this when I was just about to, when I had it in my mind so closely? Give me a second here. So y'all know Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You know, you know what that is, and it was marketed at children over here in the States, despite it. Well, I guess it was kind of aimed at young folks in Japan, but they curve how content standards and stuff go a little bit differently. So a lot of things in that series are considered kosher for 10-year-olds, where it wouldn't be over here. Whereas, honestly, the fact that a lot of that was tributing very heavily to Magic the Gathering... Wow, there's a lot of these little sludge piles coming in. So, you know, making it on par with that sort of level would make more sense, basically. One of the most over-the-top ones is that... Okay, that was weird. The U1 logo was off-center. I've never seen that happen before. So... what I was trying to say is that when Upper Deck Entertainment started bringing it out over here in the States, and I guess up to a point, this also qualifies for other English-speaking territories, but it was here first, so har har har. They removed pretty much every instance of the word black for a very long time from card names. Ouch. Because I think they were afraid of people who were a little too over the top being like, oh, that's racist. You know, it... So, you had cards like Dark Hole.
M-O-O-N.
Oh,
type what?
Oh, thank you for that sub, Tev. That is... You are a wonderful person. So yeah, you had Black Hole localized as Dark Hole, and it's like... Now you're just being silly. Are you afraid that some sort of astrophysicist is going to get upset because that's not how a black hole works? Like, seriously. Relax, please. And we'll feed Nessa rock candy. He gets a point of vitality. As I said before, random stats, but this time I want to make sure that I use it before I get screwed. Is this souvenir coin better? Holy shit, that is way better. That... Was I supposed to have picked those up at some point? That seems a little bit sus, but that's just me. But yeah, also, as Retro pointed out, a lot of that name changing affected a lot of dragons primarily, so you would have stuff like... you know, Red Eyes Black Dragon, which was still called Red Eyes Black Dragon in the cartoon series. They said the word black. It was okay, but in the cards it was Red Eyes Bee Dragon or Bee Skull Dragon and all this stuff. And it was very, very weird. Anyway, it's Belch again. Unfortunately, we don't have the fly honey anymore. However, thankfully, Belch is going to not need it. Bee Dragon. Yeah, that would... I would actually prefer if it was like that, Fire Drake. That would, I gotta say, if somebody played that card on me, that would really sting, right? And here's Master Belch, or pardon me, Master Puke, going absolutely insane. Barf, vomit, barf, barf, chuck, chuck. Drown to death and puke. Don't you think that's an incredibly manly taunt to throw at you? Not particularly, it's just really fucking gross. Sounds like your cat at 4 a.m. Shit. I think you're on to some... Oh, what did I just do? Well, I guess we'll get to see a little bit of, like, what the actual turn structure of this fight looks like. Because, of course, the way you usually do this, we'll throw a heavy bazooka shot into just to see what else Master Belch wants to throw at us. Start a continuous attack. Oh, yeah! Hikes! Oh boy, that's fucking terrifying. Alright, get that multi-bottle rocket out there. Oh god. Don't time out. There we go. Wow, that's the worst fucking multi-bottle rocket I've seen ever, I think. Good job, Jeff. You missed half of them, though I guess he's blind from crying so much. And here comes Pooh, dropping in a Killstealer. That's just sort of a scripted attack that happens when you deplete his HP, so he doesn't even need to do that. And we get ourselves the Casey Bat. The Casey Bat is an interesting piece of equipment that has only a 25% chance to hit, but it has colossal attack power. It's something we're going to hold on to, but we're going to use it for only one purpose. And it's not going to be to start any fights. Jeff's condition is... Oh, right. I should just let him die, apparently. Whoops. Also, I don't know how much we're going to get to see that sprite very well, especially with my interface on top of it, but... Fuck. Pooh, you wanna take a crack at this one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's give Jeff... You know what? Healing Alpha, Life Up Alpha, rather, should be good enough. So, stop blinking. Oh, fuck me. Whatever. I'll show it off in a sec. Or it can just come at us. Look at that. It's another Master Belch. We got the even slimier little pile and the big pile of puke. These are certainly enemies, that's for sure. We're going to throw out our biggest hit-alls here because we are going to only be in this area for a short bit after this. Alright, heavy bazooka. And this will let us show off Starstorm in truth. It's like your floor at 4:01 a.m. Good one. Alright, so here we go. Psy Starstorm Alpha. 24 PP this costs, and we're going to see how it measures up to Rockin' Gamma. Probably. $388. That thing is dead. $329. Well, we're not going to see what the damage was for Gamma compared to that, but I'm pretty sure that it was about that level. So, yeah, Starstorm is great. It is the big AoE nuke. Good value. Great value, even. a very, very potent skill. And we're probably going to be seeing a lot of it throughout this game. Through the rest of it, anyway. Let's get ourselves over to here. Oh, are there more enemies here? Wow. Well, you know what? Let's bring in all of the attack slugs and get as much experience here as possible. There we go. Nice and quick. I probably could be using the heavy bazooka to better effect there, but I was doing that the lazy way. Also, Slug's giving me a salt packet. Yeah, sure. Okay. Makes total sense to me. Oh, wait. And here we go. We want to go into this cave. Look at these sad, dopey-looking things. We're shy. It's the Tendas, everybody. Unfortunately, they're not going to be terribly helpful to us right now. What do you got on this billboard? Well, we got a phone hanging out here. Weird junk. You don't say. We can't even check that TV. That's weird. Nor the can. Nor the mailbox. What's in the trash can? A death ray! That's one hell of a trash can. Alright, so we'll give that over to Jeff. And Jeff, why don't you equip yourself with that death ray? That sounds like it could be pretty good. Yeah, that is plus 12 attack power, I believe, compared to the Spectrum Beam. So, again, pretty solid. Also, this phone works completely fine. I wonder if it's even plugged in. Like, that seems really weird. Anyway, the Tenda are mostly gonna be a little bit useless to us right now. Oh, this one will actually. In the whole inn we have 3 stay. Sure. Hey, wow, that Tenda isn't shy. That's cool. I can appreciate that. And the rest of you are just going to do the same routine. About you. You're not even going to tell me about the hot spring. Hot spring's good all over. This works just like it does in Saturn Valley, which I don't remember if I showed that off because there wasn't really much need to. You get in and you walk around a little bit and it will heal your statuses. What do you got? Nothing. How about that billboard? Item shop here. Okay. I thought you had like a list of things you were going to tell us. Anybody else here? There's only one Tenda who's not shy. That seems like there's 3. Helmet Rust, or Helmet Rust? I think Helmet Rust, that makes things a little simpler. EarthBound is such a good game. It is a lot of fun. I love it quite a bit. Something scary that comes from the underground, so you covered up the hole. A lot of dinosaurs? Well, how about that? A talking stone there that talks a lot. Not as strong as you look. Oh well. Lacks conversation skills. We gotta get something to help overcome our buddy's shyness over here. It's one of those two. I will check which one just when we get there, because we're definitely not going to be getting to that today. Unless I luck sack into, like, a fight number 2, Sword of Kings. Ah, yes, the chief of the Tendas here, speaking a little bit Yoda-ish, although I guess a lot of them do. Where? Don't know. Just a rumor. Oh, well, thanks for trying anyway, buddy. Yeah, I think that this one sails by very strongly on writing. It is a very well-written game. Been a while since we talked Apple Kid. Dr. Andonut's lab in Winters. Doesn't seem to be around right now. Just working on your eraser machine. Ruh-roh. Oh, he's getting attacked. Oh no. Orange Kid. Finally coming near the end of our research on how to turn a boiled egg back into a raw egg. Apple Kid is missing. Yeah, we figured as much. He was going to see Dr. Andonuts in Winters. Hoping to borrow the book Overcoming Shyness from him. Oh, I think you're just mocking me right now, Orange Kid, but also... Overcoming Shyness. Ooh, so even if it weren't for the fact that we should probably check out what's happened to Dr. Andonuts, that's a pretty good reason to go and investigate what has happened to Apple Kid. Let's teleport Beta over to Winters. The Nutty Professor, if you will. What do you got? Chewing Gum Monkey's wife. Go play with Tessie. Well, duly noted. Let's take a quick check-in on the shop. I don't think any of this gear... Yeah, this is not as good as our others. Well, Jeff can get a coin of silence. Are you that badly under-geared, buddy? Well, how about that? How about that shit? Grab a couple grand. That should be enough to keep on hand for now. Oh, the music in this area is great. Alright, Jeffrey, why don't you equip yourself a coin of silence? Get your extra 5 defense there for 2,500 bucks. And now it's time for us to move on. This area, we've been here before. This should be pretty easy, right? Just goats and shit. You know, we've seen a couple of dogs maybe, but that's nothing to worry about. We can get down there nice and easily. Nothing. Oh. Yeah, I equipped the Coin of Silence. I also equipped the souvenir coin, I think it was, to Ness. Alright, what are we looking at? The Whirling Robo. Ooh, yeah, the enemies have definitely stepped it way up here. Something not great is going on. But Ness only took 1 damage from that sucker, so, you know. Only about 450 HP, too, so these aren't exactly the worst things in the world, but... On the other hand, ooh. Alright, so is that the Lesser Mook? That is indeed the Lesser Mook. We're going to kill that thing right now. Oh, you're still just causing colds? Oh, come on. Whirling Robo, you need to update your firmware. Or something. Yeah, so these enemies are not as bad as some other things we've been facing to this point, but they're definitely a lot harder than they were when we first came out here. I think they get upgraded sometime around when you fight Shroom. Like, just before, but... So, if you teleport to Winters, like, as soon as you're able to, you can get some good gear, but you will fight stronger enemies, and they will probably cause you some trouble. Hey, monkey. Hey! Look at that. Just summoning wind instantly. Calling our old pal, Tessie. Oh yeah. Do appreciate some good MS Paint, beast. I forget if I have that emote in my Frankerface Z set. Which, at some point, I should properly, like, fill that out. Oh, it is adorable. It is... It's my favorite NPC in any video game. Also, shoutouts to us just walking on water for about a second there. Thanks, Tessie. And this time you're just gonna scroll off screen because you got the monkey on your head, and we don't want to imply the monkey drowning. That monkey is our friend, kind of. Oop. Surprised that didn't count as getting back attack there. Alright, we got a lesser mook, and we've got a, what's this, a woolly shambler? I think that's just a fairly generic enemy. It doesn't have a whole lot of a gimmick to it. Oh, it's got death lasers, though. Not that kind of death laser. We survived it, so... Yeah, nothing really to write home about here just yet. We might be able to... We could probably farm for the Sword of Kings pretty easily there, once we get to that point. Oh, wrong path. It's slightly off green of the dungeon floor. It just is very strange, to say the least. You'd think I'd know the path by now, but here we are. I don't think so. I don't 100%. Still such a weird place. Let's grab a magic butterfly. Ness can just powder that up and snort it or something, and let's go into the cave. And the enemies here are once again going to be a little harder than when we first went in here with just Jeff, but nothing really to write home about. Blah, 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 blah. Was worth a very satisfying amount of experience, whatever that was. Powder that up and snort it. Sounds like a pretty good dunk. Thank you. Oh, okay, so are these arachnids with a single exclamation point? Gotcha. And the strong crocodiles are proving reasonably leathery, so points to them. Although I guess they are crocodiles. Oh yeah, they're absolutely scared of me because remember that this is the location of the Fourth Yor Sanctuary, so they will... Well, they will saunter away from us very slowly, rather, but they will try to run from us. At least the crocodile is not exactly going at light speed here. They can still hit pretty hard, as you can tell. 88 damage is not to be sneezed at for an enemy that is 2 sanctuaries back, plus everything else that we've done since then, because we basically went to Pink Cloud pretty much as soon as the game would let us. Alright, would you like to turn around, please, so that way we can get a free back attack? There we go. Yes. This much time playing Dragoon has given me some vague understanding of positionals. It has not. That was a lie. That was a big joke. I don't do that shit. I barely even use True North. I'm bad at 14. I should remember to log in tonight and go get some more Moogle tomes, because, you know, at this point. Oh, Monk. When will they ever make Monk a useful class? I'm sure Monk is fine, but Monk definitely gets ripped on probably the most out of any class at this current point in time. Although I guess at least it's not trapped in the perpetual circle of White Mage versus Scholar, where, you know, I obviously used to laugh about this with you all the time, where it's just like, oh yeah, they finally made White Mage good, and then they just made Scholar better at everything that the White Mage was getting good at. Although I think White Mage is, like, actually probably the best healer right now, isn't it? Just by virtue of doing a lot of raw healing, which is kind of what you would want out of a healer. I mean, that is entirely fair bias, so... Time to nerf. Oh, no. Oh, no. Endwalker is gonna be... win sometime later this year. Oh, no. And they've got a new healer class. Oh, no. Yeah, don't try to make sense of the movesets, that's for sure. We're going around the other way to ignore the bears and the cave boy, and we're going to go and investigate. We have to go to Dr. Endonut's lab anyway, because we got to find out about an eraser. Calling you as kidnapped. Felt like this. Ugh! You're just a mouse, that's okay. The eraser. Hooray, now we can do a thing that's silly, but we can also get into that dungeon that is under Stonehenge. Also, because I am actually going to attempt to grind for the Sword of Kings, I'm just going to go ahead and point out that this may be the one time in this entire stream series where I use a save state. Dun dun dun. Because, as usual, I do want to, like, not make this, like, a trillion years long. I wish my dad had that kind of money. I want to make this stream not be, like, a billion years long, and the Sword of Kings is a 1 in 128 chance drop from an enemy. So, yeah, if I don't finish it here, I will, off-screen it. And that kind of depends on whether or not we actually will get there, basically. Because it can take a while, just because 1 in 128 odds is, well, it is exactly what you think it is. So that's just a bit of a forewarning here that I'm actually going to do it. One of the big problems with the concept of millennials is that it is kind of a wide net in terms of usage, but it's always incorrectly used whenever someone, you know, whenever some media guy is like, oh, the millennials, ugh, and they mean literally, like, they mean literal children, basically. And they're also using it as an insult to imply that they're stupid. That is correct. But millennials refers to people who came of age during the new millennium. And we're, like, in our late 20s and 30s now. We're not fucking infants the way all of these you know, the way people in The Economist or whatever think that they are. Thankfully, that seems to have dropped off a little bit in recent years, but maybe I just don't get filtered down that kind of information anymore because the last 4 years have had a lot of real things to worry about for quite a while. No, Retro, that's Gen Z. Generation Z is the post-millennial, as it were. Millennial is actually the people who became adults during the new millennium. It's very confusing and very not great. I do agree with that, though. And we are taking a lot of damage in this fight from these fire spells here. Actually, is it appropriate to refer to these abilities as magic? I think it is. That's... Wait a second. Oh, right, I'm on Paula, not Pooh. Duh. I was like, what the hell? But I see what the issue is now. Oh, well, that was pointless. As we deal, like, no damage to Jeff. Good timing. Well, Generation Z is, like, following along with the idea of Generation X, which was, of course, the people before us, basically, who are, like, 45 and up now, who mostly became adults during the 80s and 90s. You know, during the grunge era, as it were. Oh, that'll be the you've been playing for 2 hours now thing. No, I don't need to take a break. Well, Generation X is a freaking old one. They used to use that all the way back in that time. And then Generation Y is what is now referred to as millennials. So I'm pretty sure you're about the same age that I am. You're like, okay, you'll be 34 this year. So yeah, you are actually a millennial by like 4 years or something. Just barely. Yeah, and Tav is the same age, right? Yeah, 87. That sounds about right. Again, a lot of it really is down to, like, really terrible use of the term by assholes, really. So, you know, don't call yourself that if you don't want it. It's fine, but, you know, it's one of those, in the technical sense, which, you know, listen to me being one of those people. As Paula is taking death damage from the Mook Senior here. Crud. These enemies hurt way too much. Their psychic abilities. Come on. Stop that. Will I never know peace? Probably not. Then again, as has been mentioned earlier, our HP for this point in the game is pretty bad. Although we're leveled around level 50, so it feels like I'm in the right place for that. Alright, so we're going to attempt healing Gamma. There we go. Yeah. Like, let me go ahead and pull up our statuses right here. 55 for Ness, 51 for Paula, and only 180 HP. I have 12 vitality? Wow, that is smoldering hot garbage. Jesus Christ. Paula, you've been letting me down really badly. Ugh. I'm angry now. Like, Paula is not exactly an HP machine the best of times, but even worse this run. This is, like, kind of the worst that I've seen in a very long time. Especially at these levels. Gag. Ugh. So this area, I'm not 100% sure where all to go to get to everything, but I'm trying to at least make sure I get all the items here. I don't think the area entirely shuts down once you beat the boss, although enemies do stop spawning after that point, so we have to get Sword of Kings before we fight the final boss of this region. This little area here. Because that enemy doesn't show up at any other part of the game. I'm gonna try going through that top exit then and see if that wants to give us what we want here. Has that Starman left already? That's not the one. That's not the type of Starman we have to fight, so that's fine. Oh, fuck you. There we go. That was nice and quick. We're at a point where we are getting pretty consistent one-turn kills on the Mook Seniors, at least. But even then, that still means that we're going to take a bit of an HP tax just for, you know, getting into the fight. And the Starman was guarding, so that's why we did, like, no damage. I mean, granted, our offenses could just be better in general, but that would definitely explain the lack of damage. Aim for Jeff. Fuck. Well, at least Pooh doesn't have to actually attack anymore, I guess. So that's fine, but the solidification means that we lose a little more HP because of how the HP mechanics in this work. Right, top door. Come on, we need good rolls. Wow, that was terrible. At least we managed to get some damage there. Oh, nice. That turned around pretty fast. I will accept when that happens, that's for sure. If I could be assured that I would get into only single fights, by the way, I would equip the Casey Bat, because let's take a quick look at this stat gain here. That is an additional 71 attack power. That would give us a pretty good chance of being able to get instant kills. But, oh, we went backwards. But we would have to be absolutely certain that we were getting into only single enemy fights. Otherwise, we would not be able to get those instant kills. And if we got back attacked, we would have to deal with trying to escape. Oh, fuck off. Really? Now I pretty much have to leave anyway. Because I've been turned into a ugly rock. That's okay, we can sell nests and we can get even more money than... Well, that wouldn't help because we wouldn't be able to go buy anything that useful with it, I guess. Okay, we would have a lot of multi-bottle rockets, but we would be lacking in inventory space. Aw, I walked right into a bear. A very silly-looking bear, but a bear nonetheless. You ever just walk right into a bear? Alright, this should fix things, right? Yes. Thank goodness. I was about to be very concerned. And we don't need that magic butterfly. Again, I'm sure Ness just wants to go right ahead, grab that thing, and eat it right out of the sky, but no reason to do that. Perfect. Only 16 damage for Jeff. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, good. Only... like, Vitality was the only stat that we didn't gain that level, which meant that we didn't get any bonus health. That's good. That's real great. I'm so glad. Video games, am I right? And this type of fight is why we don't want the Casey Bat on for this area, because we would have to keep switching it on and off for stuff like this. Wow. It does enough damage to kill Ness. Are you kidding me? Well, time to just sit here and mash, because we can still heal Ness back up to full after this fight ends. Stop taking like a trillion years. And it's solidification. Fuck you, dude. Whoo, boy. These enemies are becoming a problem. How much does that cost? 13? That's fine. Ness, go ahead and heal yourself back up, and we'll throw a small on Paula. And... down on the left. This is... okay, right. This is the other side of things, basically. Alright. Here we go. Guarding? No, you're about to use Magnet. Thankfully, yes, you targeted Jeff. And Pooh getting a crit makes up for Ness not hitting whatsoever. Oh hey, Vitality by 3 for Ness. The guy who already has the most HP, and is going to end up with even more at some point. Which, on the other hand, I'm not going to complain, but also the rest of my party needs that too. I need to feed my dogs and my other things. Nice. We got a back attack on the Starman, somehow. There's some sort of trick to it that, like, depending on when you attack them, it will count as a back attack or not. But I don't remember what it is offhand, so... you know, don't ask me about that. Thankfully you guarded, so you aren't going to steal more of my PP, or, you know... not even make me have to sit here and hope for the 25% chance that you target Jeff instead. And there's Jeff gaining a bunch of stats. I think it was Jeff. We didn't get any PP up, and I saw a point of IQ, so it's not Pooh. This time we go this way. Take the longer path. Get deeper into the base. There's a couple of screens of this wacky looking floor, so it's a little hard to tell sometimes. And as I say, we are trying to explore everything, and we've got the atomic power robot. I want to get rid of this Mook Senior as soon as possible. Because the atomic power robot does like one thing. It replenishes a fuel supply, which just maxes out target's HP. It has a very rare chance of attacking, like that. Also, it explodes when you kill it, so when that time comes, we have to mash the button a little faster. However, thankfully we got there nice and quick. So yeah, that's not a great enemy to be in. Sure. Use Sudden Guts Pill. Alright, well, I guess that gives it a chance to do crits, but we managed to beat it before that mattered. Inside the present was a brain food lunch. That's pretty good. That is another nice item we could potentially be grinding for in the rooms with just Starmen, because that is a really nice healing item that heals HP and PP. We've had a couple of them, but I haven't really used them very much. Alright, your psi moves are over there. Okay, good. At least it targeted itself with that. And now we're dealing with this. I guess I'll have to heal after this battle. Faster. There we go. Hooray! Paula gained a level and got nothing out of it, pretty much. Good work, Paula. Why do we keep you around? Oh, right, because we have to in order to beat the final boss. This game can be really mean sometimes. Also, I hit down game. Come on. Good fucking work, Paula. Alright, well that counts. I want your free experience, Starman. Come on. I was gonna say, I think he's defending from how low one of those attacks was, damage-wise, but either way, easy fight, free experience. Alright, is this 2 Starmen? Yes. I was tempted to have Pooh throw down a Starstorm, but I decided against it, because our psychic points are not super amazing right now. Although I think Pooh can eat the brain food lunch and get its full effects. I could be wrong about that. I also could remember to have him use Magnet in certain longer battles. But, like, I'm gonna remember how to play this game good, right? Imagine that happening. And Pooh gains a level that's a bit of a dud. Well, that's alright. He's had a lot of good levels for a while, so him getting a couple of duds is just kind of an inevitability. It's not a problem with him like it is with Paula, who basically has just had bad levels constantly, so... Alright, Magnet. And you can see that Magnet isn't a ton of Psychic Point recovery, but it is some, and you just take it from the enemies, so I guess it is fair enough for it being a zero-cost move. And no, by the way, Magnet Omega is not necessarily stronger than Magnet Alpha. I just decided to switch those up a little bit, because why not? Although then again, maybe, who knows? In fact, I am just, as a matter of superstition, going to constantly use just Omega for that. And maybe it is better. Actually, it is feeling like it is noticeably better. I could have been wrong when I said there was no difference. Or no real difference, as it were, I guess. There's an enemy item over there, rather. I think we can probably come back for that. Alright, this fight isn't 100% free since we don't get the advantage, so let's do this. Oh no, he took 2 of Pooh's psychic points away that he just gained back like 2 fights ago. Sure. I guess I walked too far forward and it counted as contact or something. Whatever. Strange video game logic. Alright, well, let's get rid of the Mook Senior first. And actually, let me be smart about this and bust out the heavy bazooka. That's this thing. Is this just going to tell me where to find the... Well, yeah, I'm not to the area where they show up yet. I know that. I'm going back to grab the item. Because there is an item up in this room that is at the end of a bit of a hallway. And frankly, as long as I'm here, I may as well, right? It might be useful. It might be crap. In fact, that's probably more likely, but it might be useful. Alright, what do you got for us? Oh, that's actually pretty good. Never mind, I take back what I said earlier. That is a nice thing to be getting out of a present. I'll take the couple life noodles. Well, okay. I'm glad that didn't count as a back attack, but I'm not sure why it didn't. Again, video game logic, right? Excuse me. Hey, defense down Omega. Something I don't know that we will ever use. But why not? Getting enemies off of the screen is pretty tough here, but I'm gonna at least try for once. Well, I guess I should really be trying to do it for the diamonds at this point, because they do have a chance to be atomic power robots, which are very annoying. Yeah, see, we were like all the way at the exit of the room and we went back for that item, but it was worth it. A couple life noodles is not to be sneezed at. So this is the area where we start seeing Starman Supers for the first time. Yeah, see, hello, that gold Dorcas there. Always believe in your soul and all that. We should not be targeting that atomic power robot this early, because otherwise, we're gonna get fucked. Let's spy on the Starman Super, and... oh shit! Well, that's not so good! This fight sucks. Let's just leave this one. There we go. That's better. Alright, so they should disappear. Goods. Life noodles. Pooh, get up. We'll stop making fun of your name for like 5 minutes, I guess. And let's speed. That, actually, well, I guess salty caramel, that could work. Now, I admit, sweet things with a little bit of salt are pretty solid. However, it didn't seem to give us a real significant gain there. Eh, well. Oh, I was gonna say that's pretty nice, but we got the double here. Oh, nice miss. Well, see now. Oh, sudden guts pill. Well, that's completely pointless, sir, but thank you anyway. See, anytime you say any joke about Solid, I'll just think of Solid Snake, and... I mean, I guess this place looks a little bit like a Metal Gear base in some areas. Metal Gear! Not so much the music. What's in our box? A broken harmonica. That is the defense shower, I believe? Give that to Jeff. And you know what? For now, we are actually going to equip the Casey Bat, and we're going to try to go to town on these chuckleheads. Yeah! That's what we're talking about. Okay, so it appears that running into them while they're standing still constitutes a back attack no matter what. Okay, that diamond being there sucks. Get that thing away from me. I said, do we have to reset the fucking room? We're gonna do it anyway. Oh, that one didn't count? Are you sure, game? I just heard some weird noises. Alright, so here. This should do the job. We'll throw down that neutralizer. And that should remove that should rip the shields off. So we should now be able to drop some Star Storms. Because, of course, Ness... You know what? Go for it, buddy. You're not going to land the hit, but go for it anyway. Alright, the regular Starman is dead. Oh, wow! You actually did it, Ness! And you turned him into a fine pulp. So as I mentioned before, the Casey Bat has a very low chance to hit. And for some reason, this counted as being in a fight with both of these nerds. Okay, sure. Whatever. Not counter psi unit, neutralizer. I should probably store the counter psi unit, because it's not going to be very important. Because, of course, the Casey Bat is based on the famous baseball-related poem, Casey at the Bat, where at the end of, you know, the end of the bottom of the ninth or whatever, Casey goes up to bat. He's the last one. They got 2 outs. And he just lets 2 balls go past, and he takes 2 strikes because he's way overconfident in himself. And he swings the 3rd one and misses. And Mudville loses the game. You all know the poem, I'm sure. It's pretty famous, as I said before. So, yeah. Its name is different in Japan. The name in Japan translates to just all your might bat. So that was one that was added by the localization, and it is actually quite good. Well, I'll take that for a little bit of freebie action there. Stay out of this. You don't want any of this shit, buddy. Nice. Shield Omega. What is your Shield Omega, buddy? No, we have to do it this way. Assist, that is going to be... Okay, yeah, so it's a Reflect Shield for everybody. So Pooh just has all Shields of Light, basically. I did not remember what Pooh's shield set was like because I don't use them very much. Although, maybe I should. Alright. Freebie? Not quite. Unfortunate. Alright, Magnet, because Pooh, you're gonna need some PP back. You know what, I'll take a total of 8 for one turn there. I should be able to do good work with the Heavy Bazooka here, I think. So we're gonna have a bit of a crummy battle here. Alright, you get some good sleep there, Starwind. Nice. That is the sort of business we like to see around here. Hey! Jeff is level 53, gained 1 offense and 3 HP. That's not much, but it will do. Side Caramel, that's nice. Unfortunately, it's not going to do a whole lot of good for Pooh over there, so that's a shame, but... Again, let's see if we can hurt the Starman Super's feelings a little bit. And throw on some Magnet. Oh, the Atomic Robot doesn't have any Psychic points. Darn. Yeah, fights like this really suck for when you have the Casey Bat. This is why pulling out the Casey Bat for something like this is a big gamble, because that Atomic Power Robot... Well, first it can do that, and that's always a load of shit. But there's also the part where it can just explode if it feels like. And by if it feels like, I mean when it runs out of HP. So you... Basically, your best moves are AoEs, but you have to be very careful with them. And hey, nice smash attack there, Ness. Unfortunately, the Starman Super is guarding, so that is some shit. Yeah, okay, you do your stupid little laser beams. I like it when Paula takes the least damage from the explosion. Or at least has the lowest damage value listed. Alright, Ness got some more offense. A pretty sizable chunk, too, so that's good. Heal Pooh. You don't need a lot, but a little bit'll, you know, a little bit'll do you no matter what. Eat that Psy Caramel. Right on top of us. It's just a generic Starman, too. Heck. You jerk. Stop that. Alright, well, have a nice evening as well. It's okay, it's getting pretty close to the time when I usually wind the stream down, so pretty soon we're going to be save stating, and I'm just going to be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna grind that thing off screen. Because while this is not particularly hard, sometimes it's irritating when you get bad fight facing and everything, and bad enemy luck. But it is very time consuming, as been made quite clear already. Oh boy, we're not doing any damage to that Starman Super this turn. Yeah, nice miss, Paula. You're doing so good at this. Oh wait, no, the other thing. Alright. We're going to spy on the Starman Super because that may cut a lot of this fight out. When you spy on an enemy, if they have an item, you will take it from them immediately. So that might be a useful strategy for us, is to just try to do that to cut a little bit of time out of this. And again, we want to be careful with this because we don't want to over-level grind, especially not Ness. Excuse me, because later in the game, he will hit a point where he will gain a very large chunk of experience points and a large chunk of stats, which will include stuff like Vitality and IQ. And so he will not be able to gain the full advantage of those if he does not... you know, if he's max level, he won't be able to gain all of that. And we got away from that fight instantly, which is great because I didn't want... Like, that was just kind of bull. They all jumped on me instantly. Go the fuck away. Please. I don't care about the atomic power robot. I don't want to see this thing. I mean, I'll beat it up anyway because, you know, give me your experience, I guess. And your winning money that we can pick up later. There we go. Sorry about that. Stuck under my seat on my chair. I had to move it around a little bit. And yeah. Alright, so is this going to be our free fight? Nope. Because we've got two enemies on us. Wrong category. Yay, we got 11 psychic points back. Okay, Beta might be able to do it. Oh, that guy's guarding. He's dead now, too. And unfortunately, he doesn't count as adjacent to the regular Starman. Oh, that's a shame. Oh boy, sudden guts pill. That came in absolutely not useful whatsoever, buddy. Alright, can you get some stats, Paula? You gained 1 vitality and 2 IQ. That's... You know what, I'll take the extra PP, but you really need to be getting more HP. And Pooh gained Healing Omega. That's pretty solid. What does that cost? Way too much, I bet. 38. Ew. However, it is a guaranteed revive. And also heals any other status effects that might be affecting your characters. Neutralize, and once again, going to magnet. And yeah, the bazooka is still doing pretty solid damage compared to Jeff's physical attacks, so that's still a good option. At least I think the damage is pretty solid. 212. Yeah, that's still a little more than we do with our regular attacks, so that's alright. It is eventually going to get outdated, but it might take a bit. Yeah, you're guarding, whatever. Sure, give me the win, buddy. Thanks. 54. And, like, nothing for Jeff. Good work, buddy. Everybody in here getting their terrible levels up in while they can. As I'm now about to start not finding many... Oh, there we go. And that... Really? Okay. I didn't see you fuckers there, but... Yeah, sure, okay. Pooh should have probably been using Magnet Omega there, but whatever. It's not like that Starman Super isn't going to be up for a turn or two. I'm gonna actually go ahead and use the bazooka. Oh, that's nice. Hey, good job, Ness. You hit him while he was guarding. That is an unfortunate coincidence there. Unfortunate convergence of events, rather. Level 60. Good work, Ness. Nice 4 guts. Good stat gains all around there, though. I will not complain too much. I will only make fun of lightly. Atomic Power Robot. I'm gonna sit here and mash L for a moment. Well, everybody got their turn in, and I think Ness even got a hit, so nice. If only we could more reliably back attack those, but, you know, that technology has not been developed yet. Okay, sure, I guess that one didn't want to count. Okay. Okay, buddy. You do you, I guess. Sometimes I really don't understand how some of that stuff works. Alright. Faster, don't die, Paula. Oh, we were cutting it close there. A little too close, actually. Yeah, I think Paula gets a life of beta this time. Alright, don't... There we go. We just want that free kill. I saw that it was the higher number of experience. Bullshit. Again, terrible, terrible logic there of just, hey, you phased in while the enemy sprite was inside of you after you won the last battle. That seems a little bit suspect, as I have probably mentioned before about some of this. Well, let's do a couple more. And if we don't get it by then, which we probably won't just because, you know, large numbers, then we'll do our thing where we save state, and then I will gather this off camera for next week. If that atomic power robot could just disappear. Not quite. Off screen, and go back up. Are you gone now? Yes. Or more likely, no. I'd appreciate if those two could separate. Again, that is some bullshit. That sincerely should not count. Defend. Defend. Neutralize. And we'll throw down some Magnet Omega because we should be getting a decent chunk out of these three. 4, 3, 3. Oh, that's not good. That's really low. Ew. I'm most displeased with this result. Can you guys, like, not all attack at once, for fuck's sakes? Well, we're reduced to using Rock and Gamma, because of course we are. Let's throw out a Thunder Beta, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but it's still some decent damage. That we don't have enough for that, right? That's right, because that last turn was shit. Oh, well, that was decent budget damage there. Alright, fuck off with your laser beams. I would appreciate not getting murdered this turn. And here comes some eye-hurting effects. Omega is way too heavy for that. Beta should be fine. Nice. Even nicer, we didn't use any of our psychic points that turn. After that expensive as hell Rock and Gamma, that is what it, you know, really should have been, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And if you don't, well, that's okay too. Fuck. Don't like this set of formations here. Neutralize, and don't Starstorm yet. Not until we're sure. Yeah, because if we had done that, we would have just eaten that entire Starstorm right back in our face. But also, now we have enough PP to do it in 2 battles in a row very easily. Starstorm. Ouch. Heavy Bazooka. Oh, fuck you. Well, we're gonna target Gold Boy there real quick. And then we're going to dedicate all of our resources to taking out the last one, obviously. Hey, you guard all you want, buddy. Wow, Pooh is down to 8 HP. That was very close what happened there. Hooray for that 1 max HP gain. Well... throw down a little bit of healing. And that is going to do for us. We will continue with this game next Monday.